BassResinator here. I recently acquired these colored pearlescent UV resins, and I've taken the tops, you know, they've got a foil cover over the top, and well, let me show you. And I took that off, and then I put these, let me really show you. They come with this type of a cap and that, so you have to get that foil off and then put on the dispenser cap, which I have done. Now I am going to do a trial of these. I really saw, I liked what I was seeing other people on the demo videos that were coming out. I saw one artist and then another official one that Let's Resin put out, and I thought, well, I want to try that too. So I contacted them, and so I got these. So I I participate in something called Froggy Friday every Friday, and I thought I would like to do something with these and Froggy Friday. So you're going to see how it's all going to come together. It's going to be really, I hope, fun. So this is part of Froggy Friday, but also a demo of this new colored UV resin, which is pearlescent. I do have the full set of other colored UV resins from Let's Resin, but I liked the look of this pearlescent. So what I'm gonna do, hopefully, I want to make like little wings with this white. Now there's 2 bottles of white in the set, which is really helpful because a lot of times there's a color you'll use more frequently than others, white being one of them. I want to make it look like wings, like on a fly or something. Make a few of these, and then I'll cure them. Yeah, I hope you think it's funny what I end up doing. It's intended to be a lot of fun. All of the people who participate in Froggy Friday have a lot of fun. Now this is the Let's Resin UV flashlight. There is a set that comes in the other UV sets. It's a little smaller one, and it's not as high powered as this. So I'm going to do this just to hold those in place, because I've got something else I need to do. The pink, I'm just going to draw a straight line. I want this to be a a blob, and then a thin little bit of a blob there too. Hopefully this will make a lot more sense when you see what I have in store. Now I am using all Let's Resin products except for one, because there isn't one with Let's Resin, so I found a generic plate mold that I'm going to be using. This is just to hold it in place. Now I'm going to get out my double-sided, and I never did take the the plastic wrap off of this, just because I tend to be messy sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to let that set for 2 minutes hopefully that will all, those things will all cure up, and then we'll proceed with the next section. We'll be right back. Okay, this is all cured up, and this is some 15A silicone that I had used. I had a little bit left over, and I poured it in the bottom of a jar so that I could use it for things sort of like this. Now, Let's Resin has a frog mold, and there's something in that one. This is the frog mold. Just a second. I used some tape to get that little bit of, I don't know what that was out. But I used some of the Let's Resin Intense Chameleon Green. I don't know if you can see it. Right behind the eye, there's what is called the tympanic membrane, the eardrum on the bullfrog. And I already have set some glass eyes in place using Let's Resin's UV resin for bonding. Now, here is the thing that is not a Let's Resin mold. It's a plate mold. For this practical purpose, it is a lotus leaf or a water lily leaf. And I use some of the black UV Let's Resin from that other kit of I've got so many different Let's Resin things going on. I don't mean to confuse you, but I put in a little bit of that green from the Intense Chameleon to draw in the veins of the, what is going to be the lily pad, and then that's going to be the bodies of little flies, and that's why I got the wings there. Okay, now for the resin, I mixed up 10 ounces. I don't know how much exactly I'm going to need. I can always use what I don't use in some other things, but I thought, well, let's go with some green. This really doesn't look too green, but it said spring green. This is from the 36 box of mica powders. But I thought, that's not dark enough. So I pull out my chrome powders from Let's Resin, and the green in there is dark. Well, it's a different type of green, but I think it'll work well with this frog and with this lily pad. So you're going to have to wait and see what this is, the pink that I'm going to use for it after everything cures up. But I've got the it's 1-to-1 the art resin from Let's Resin, 10 ounces of it, and it's in the I'm pointing that way. It's in my garage in the vacuum chamber. The vacuum chamber pump is really loud, so I have to keep it out in the garage because no, it's just too loud. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get that resin. I'm going to put the rest of these things away. I'll leave this out, but I'm going to put the mica powders and the other UV resin away. I'll be right back. Okay, look at that color of green. Wow, huh? Now I know this takes about 4 ounces because I made a plate the other day with it. Now these toes back here have the mold is older, and it started to sag on that outside, so I have to be real careful. Oh. Got a paper towel over there. Speaking of paper towel, let me just use that and then draw these toes or that resin into the end of these toes. Now, the frog that most people use is the tree frog. It's about the same size as this frog, but it's got the knobbies on the end of the toes, and that's the tree frog. This is more of the leopard frog, the bullfrog. The shape of the toes, and they're water-based. I mean, they're always around lakes and ponds and stuff. The tree frogs are in the trees. Fill that up a little bit more. Put a little bit more in here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm doing something, trying to do something called doming, where this surface area around the ridge, if you just fill it up flat, the resin will pull away and leave a dip, and that's sharp. And if you dome it, which is, there's enough surface tension and the resin has resiliency, that when you use a surface tension built into the resin, it will allow it to dome up to that edge without going over. But if you fill it too much, it goes over. So I'm trying to dome it just a little bit so I don't have to sand off the edges any. Now this frog is domed really well, so I'm just going to leave it alone. This one could still use a little bit more. There we go. Okay, here we are. And this was, I didn't show you me mixing, but this is the automatic mixer from Let's Resin, the smaller one. Really nice. It's fun to use. Okay, now we just sit back and wait until this cures up. See you then. These are cured up. Let's see if I can get this out. This sort of, come on. Now, what I need to do, move the frog out the way while I work on, I don't know if you can see the pattern of the veins and stuff, and then my little flies. To make them stand up now, I'm going to use my, this is not the pearlescent, this is just regular black. Do this just a little bit to hold it in place, and then I'll get the lamp out and cure it a little bit more. And while I'm curing it, I'll unmold the frog. Now I'm only going to use one side of the lamp. Okay, got my frog out. Look at those eyes. Ooh. Pretty frog, huh? Okay, let me set that mold out of the way. I'll show you the rest of this in just a bit. Okay, so I've got my UV for bonding from Let's Resin out, so I can put the wings of these flies on here. And we're going to pretend these flies are just hanging out on the, okay, this glove, getting in the way. Flies just hanging out on the lily pad. Now, the nice thing about this UV for bonding is it cures really fast. And the pearlescent effect of the UV resin makes it look like real fly wings, I think. Just a little bit, I'll bring you down so you can see the effect that I'm going for. I'll put the big lamp over that in just a little bit. Just holding them in place. It's making a type of diorama. I'm having way too much fun here. what am I going to do with this? I'll show you in just a bit. Let me put this on here and then show you what I did. Remember that long pink thing I did? Oh, there it is. Look what I have on the end. This frog is going to be catching flies. So I need to UV resin this thing in place. Okay, get the sorry if you can't see it. But that pearlescent effect makes it look like it's a wet tongue. Look at that. And then the wings, they look alive, I think. Okay, I want to put a little bit more of this resin here. Not just to hold it in place, but to make it have a little bit of depth. There we go. It looks like it's coming out of his mouth now. Whereas before it just looked like it was attached, which I didn't want it to be looking that way. Okay, now. So this frog is on a lily pad. Oh, this looks so cool, I think. And it's only possible because of the pearlescent nature on these. It makes it look like it's a wet tongue, makes it look like those, like a fly's wings are shimmery, shiny. And so that's what it looks like. I'm thinking it looks really... You're going to have to let me know what you think. Okay, I want to stick this guy down onto the lily pad. So I'm going to put a little bit of this bonding UV. And I got a bubble in that part right there. There we go. Now I'll get this lamp back up here. And I'll come back to you with some pictures. Well, I'll be back just a second. So here is the frog surrounded by flies on the lily pad. And he's fly catching or fly fishing. See the tympanic membrane? That's where I use that intense chameleon powder, and then you can sort of see the veins on the lily pad itself, right in there. But there we have it. Using pearlescent UV resin, which cures just as easily as regular UV resin. Look at that. Now, I will do some more tests with this pearlescent UV resin, but I really wanted to try this. I had this in my mind. I really like the concept. Oh my goodness. Well, Let's Resin, what do you think? What do you think about me doing this with your pearlescent resin, UV resin? For those of you that are involved in Froggy Friday, this is a collaboration. There's a lot of frog artists that do various things. I haven't seen anybody do this yet, but in the description below this video, there's a playlist of other frog artists. So go check it out and see what they have done. If you're a subscriber of mine, thank you so much for subscribing. Those eyes. You're looking straight ahead. Dun, dun, dun. If you're not a subscriber, it's very easy. Just go down and click on the subscribe button and follow the directions. If you do that, click on the little bell icon, and anytime I do something new, you'll be notified. This looks so cool to me. I have when you start doing things from nature, if you look at frogs, this is what they do. They eat flies as well as other insects. Channel does have memberships if you're interested in doing that. If you are, just click the join button. Okay, stick around. I will have a few still pictures of this guy. I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay, we'll see you. Bye.